Team Secret versus Furia here. Should have had Diaz. Well, let me tell you why we don't have Diaz for this iteration. Because I agree, Diaz is a great twos player. I'd love to have Diaz in one of these in the future. Maybe even the near future. However, all of the players in this lobby, all the players in this Brazil mix-up twos lobby, we've got Jan and Lost teaming up for game 1 against Swift and KV1. Drafinho's in the sidelines for this first game. He'll be joining in the second game and then onwards, of course. But the reason we've gone for Furia and Team Secret only for this one is because all these guys are going to be in Europe for the World Championship coming up pretty soon. Already everybody's getting demoed. So I'm going to be inviting the winner of this mix-up twos lobby to play against the other 4 winners that we get. We've already got 1 winner in Daniel from USA yesterday. So Daniel, the winner of this, and also 3 winners, hopefully from strong nations like Saudi Arabia, France, England, and working to make all those lobbies happen as well. If we can get all 5 of the winners in the lobby against each other when everybody's over in France preparing for the World Championship, that would be pretty cool. That being said, actually I've had a lot of interest from other players. After the USA 2s mix-up that we did yesterday, we had a bunch of other American players express interest in playing, and I'll definitely be doing another NA or just maybe a USA mix-up 2s lobby. Nice reset bump there by Lost, by the way. Really hard to stop that. So yeah, we're going to be doing more of these. Some countries like USA, Brazil with players like Diaz, Mota, and a bunch of other very strong players not playing right now in this lobby. It's very possible to get another stack of 5 in another mix-up 2s, and we can see how other players are doing. So yeah, if you guys are enjoying the content and the players are enjoying playing, I'm enjoying casting, then I don't see why we can't just do more of these. Like I said yesterday, I couldn't believe when I looked and saw it was over 2 years since we last did this. Because it doesn't feel like 2 years to me. Maybe that's just me showing my age. Maybe you guys, maybe to you guys it did feel like 2 years. But I really didn't think it was. I thought it was more like 1. Oh, nice play there by KV1. Swift is going to be trying to go solo against Jan while KV1 runs ahead and provides some minor interference. A nice off-the-wall pass there from KV1. Swift taking his time, had the reset, didn't really need it. In fact, he maybe messed up the shot a little bit, but it didn't matter. It's gone in the top left anyway. And they've tied up the game 1-1. So if you guys are going to get an early guess of who's going to come out on top here, put it in the chat right now. We did just pretty much jump straight into the match here. Did not leave a long starting soon screen like I usually do, so you early birds in here can get a prediction in before game 1 is even, before there's even a difference in score in game 1. I know there was, now there's not. I'm going to say the boring answer like yesterday. Yeah, I said boring answer for France. Would be Zen. I'm saying boring answer Jan. I think Jan is just going to be the guy to beat in these lobbies. For me, he still is the quintessential South American player. Ever since he came onto the scene, before he was a member of Team Furia, I rated him extremely highly. I just love the way he plays. Oh, a nice shot by Lost. His second goal of the game. And Jan is obviously an excellent 2s player as well as being one of the best 3s players in the world. And one of the best 1s players in the world. He's just good at every game mode. Jan and Lost as a duo are probably going to be the strongest duo in this as well. I would not be surprised to see that duo go undefeated. But we'll have to wait and see. Yesterday's NA strongest duo on paper, Daniel and Beast Mode, did drop a game. In fact, it was one of the only 2 games that Daniel did lose. One of his games that he played with Beast Mode. Swift and KV1 will get 3 chances to play together, the Team Secret boys. And they'll go up against every combination that Fury has to offer. Jan, Lost Drafinho, and also Jan Drafinho, of course. But yeah, Diaz, I would love to get Diaz in another one of these. I'd love to just see Diaz competing against Sam competition again. After a season in NA where it was largely disappointing for Diaz in complexity, I'd love to see Diaz go back over to South America and team up with some of the best players in the region. Obviously, it's going to be pretty hard to get a spot on a team like Furia. It's going to be pretty hard to get a spot on a team like Secret when these guys are doing as well as they are. Secret have been the consistent number 2 team all year, maybe even now, outperforming, well, definitely now outperforming Furia internationally when it comes to results, but who knows, maybe they're even outperforming them at just the play level they're at as well. Hard to say, because Furia's strength of schedule has been extremely difficult as of late. If Diaz beat Naupo, would he be in this? Well, if he did beat Naupo, I'd be able to invite him. That's for sure, because he would be in Leon. And yeah, like I keep saying, one of the things I want to do next week, the week before the World Championship, is get all the winners in a lobby together on the EU server. And yeah, Diaz is going to be in Brazil, so I can't get him in that one. But for sure, we'll get Diaz in a mix-up twos, no doubt about it. So, 1 goal the difference still, as Lost and Jan look to close out the game 1 win. Trapinho's left the party, he's had enough. Seen enough. Oh, Swift, be careful. Offload to KV1, or not really, he actually says give it back, it's my ball, you go bump. One of the things that makes Jan and Lost so difficult to play against is, well, just I was about to say it, they fall prey to it, it's the physical game. Jan and Lost are 2 of the most aggressive players off the ball in twos that you are ever going to see. When they moved over to North America to play for Furia in NA, they were tearing up the NA ladder, they were tearing up the twos ladder, just taking it by storm. And it was air dribble bumps, air dribble bump passes, sometimes even air dribble bump passes combined with an off the ball air dribble bump. They would just be everybody in front of the ball, nobody behind it. And yeah, they have closed out game 1 with a one goal advantage to give themselves the early lead. So summary again, if you aren't familiar with exactly what's happening here. All players will play 12 games each. We're going to be subbing in Drafinho for the next game. They all take 3 games off, 12 games played each. And the teams are going to change every single game. So you'll never get the same teammate twice in a row. This time it's going to be Swift and Drafinho against KV1 and Jan. Anyone in chat know what LSB is? Oh, it's Lil Step Bros. Is that like Alpha Kep's clan? Is it one of them? How many people can you even get in a clan? Okay, Lost has left the lobby. So it looks like these guys are going to be jumping in and out of the lobby. A lot of the time players will just sit and watch, or maybe they'll just like sit and do nothing while the other matches are happening, but it's not always the case. You'll see some nations players prefer to jump in and out, go free play in between, not have to be in the lobby watching. No, not the best clear there by Jan. KV1 will be there to cover him, however. KV1, famously the first Brazilian player to ever have really impressive results on high ping. I maybe shouldn't say he was the first to ever do it, as that would take away from what Firewall 154 accomplished, famously reverse sweeping first killer in his show match debut way back. But KV1 was the first player to really have consistent success on the NA server, with obviously the ping disadvantage that comes with playing on the NA server in 1v1, I should specify. And there he is, off the back of Jan's pass, making it 1-0. Is France next? I'm hoping I can get France. Yeah, France would be a good one to do this week. I need to reach out to the players again and see if there's a window where they're all free. But yeah, last time I did a France one, all the players wanted to keep going. They didn't want to stop. A rare position here that doesn't happen very often in the Brazilian twos lobbies, where no one is challenging. Jan on the back wall, KV1 on the back wall. They're looking like Shopify Rebellion out here. Near post backwards. But yeah, they both wanted the other to challenge, of course. Here comes the demo kickoff. It's connected, and Swift has an open net. Very cheeky by Drafinho. Just fakes a kickoff, bumps Jan up into the air, and then Swift has the easiest goal of the day. Actually, he was able to dodge the bump on the other side. Both teams are going to try that plenty times, I'm sure, in the lobbies throughout this mix-up twos match. We didn't see any of that yesterday, pretty much. Did we see a single demo? I'm trying to think if we saw one. Demo kickoff, I should say. But yeah, with the South American players, I think you're very likely to see more of those. With the Saudi Arabian players, I think you're more likely to see those happening as well. Obviously, Spanish players are very well known for that. Oh, what a shot by Swift. 3-1, Swift and Drafinho. This would make, well, it would give everybody a loss early on here. Apart from Lost. Lost, the only player who hasn't lost after one, with the way this is going so far. No one played with Alpha Boost in this lobby, which is weird. This is we've got red sparkles from Swift. What have we got from Drafinio? Can't see it right now. Is this just standard blue? Standard blue. This just looks like, yeah, standard orange, I believe. Also known as, I think, just standard. The original standard boost. And Jan, what's he rocking with? Yeah, standard orange as well. I'm a Crimson Standard enjoyer, personally. I like Crimson Standard. I don't know if you guys agree with me there. I like Crimson Standard because it matches the trail, the rocket trail that's also red. I forget the name of it. Is it Ruckus? Might be. Okay, Jan and KV1. Not the best synergy in this game. There's been times, like I mentioned earlier, where they both wanted the other one to challenge in defense. Neither of them did. They ran into each other in midfield a moment ago. Definitely lower level synergy when compared to the Drafinio Swift combination that we're witnessing. Chance for KV1 to remedy it. Tries to go high, but Swift was up in the back wall ready for it. So was Drafinio. Like Jan trying to bring them all down. Drafinio not giving him any time. This is good spacing by Swift. He's fakes KV1. Fakes Jan. That's an outrageous demo dodge. Have you ever seen anything like that? Jumps up into the air to bait the first bump, and then he does it again to bait Jan. And it gets a goal for Drafinio on the counter-attack. That is one of the coolest defensive plays I've ever seen from Swift. Or just from anyone, I should say. Actually unreal. I don't know if I've ever seen that before in 2v2. The exact same fake aerial to fake out 2 bumps. It's 5-1. They are allowed to forfeit if they so desire, but 2v2 can have goals in quick succession, especially with players like this on the pitch who are willing to take the risks that you need to take when you're down this many goals. Swift has just been phenomenal. Drafinio has not put a foot wrong, and this is, remember, Drafinio's entrance to the lobby. He sat out game 1, so he'll be undefeated after the first 2 games. And so will lost to game 1 and then sat out game 2. Everyone else will have at least 1 loss on the record after just 2 games. Might be seeing a new Furia third. Swift is outrageous. He is such a good player. I mean, Brazil still has a lot of good young players coming through. Swift is obviously very good. I think Wisty is an excellent player. Diaz, obviously, is a very strong player. Brazil's definitely got enough players to have 2, maybe in the near future 3 solid rosters. But Furia haven't struggled regionally. They've been just like NRG are in North America. Furia have been the best in their region. They've been the top team in South America for the longest time now. So yes, even if they are struggling a little bit internationally relative to their, well, I shouldn't say a little bit, even if they're struggling a lot relative to their expectations, it's still very possible that they think it's worth sticking together just because they have such a stranglehold over their own region. Street Pack, thanks for the 16-month Prime. Welcome back to the channel. Game 2 goes the way of Swift and Drafinio. Let me just add that to the score, and then we'll get the next teams set up for the following game. Up next, we've got, let me just see, Swift and Lost, and they're going to be playing against KV1 and Drafinio. I did send these guys the match order as well, so they're aware of it. Yeah, I'm just informing them now that the game is over that FFs are allowed. I didn't want to say it during the last game. I feel like it's a bit disrespectful to be like, hey guys, forfeits are allowed. Just thought I'd let you know since you're losing by 4. Yeah, between games it should be good. Didn't I say this started at 10? I did say that. You're right. You're not wrong. I did say this started right now, but we actually started about 15 minutes earlier. Reason being, the players were all ready and they asked if we could play. So who am I to say no? All of you wait. All 5 of you, please wait 15 minutes. Wait a minute. Did somebody just leave the... Did somebody just go to spectate and then go back in again? What did I just see? Someone on the blue team. Was it Swift? I mean, they conceded, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not sure why you would do that, but maybe a misclick. Maybe he meant to go to settings and he clicked change team. KV1 will be looking to pick up his first win here. He's currently 0-2 after 2 games, losing the first game to Yan and lost. And then the second game to Swift and Drafinio. Now he's got a new teammate. He's playing with Drafinio. And going up against Swift and lost. Swift and lost obviously have the synergy of having 2 T's at the end of their names. It's such a physical lobby, this. KV1 getting the follow-through bump onto Swift. There was lost off the ball trying to get a demo on the other end of the pitch as well. Yeah, already we are seeing a wide open... There's no early lead like Daniel had for USA yesterday. No player just gallivanting away in front by themselves. Looks like we're going to be going a bit more back and forth in Brazil. Of course, there are options, many different ways that this format can result in a draw. We've had that happen in the past. And if it does happen, we pretty much just have to come up with a tiebreaker that works, because there's no, well, with it being possible for everybody to completely dead even tie, I believe. We'll just wait and see. We'll see what happens. What did Daniel do? You can go and watch it later. I did upload that to my YouTube channel, I think just now, but if you want the result spoiled, if you want, I'm not going to just tell you. Daniel won 10 out of the 12 games that he played. There are 15 games in total. Every player plays 12 each. And Daniel won 10 of them, which is crazy. He had a winning record with every single team comp that he played. He defended brilliantly. I mean, obviously he's a great all-round player. He could do everything in Rocket League. There is not really anything in the game that he can't do. But he truly shines, especially in 2v2. Well, I shouldn't say especially in 2v2, because I think it's just something he shines in general. But yeah, he absolutely did shine yesterday in defense. He was just much harder to score on than the other 4 players. Never gives away free goals. He's always relevant when his team's in defense. He's always either putting a challenge in, or following up a challenge, or positioning to make a save, or defending back corner boosts. He's just always doing something effective at the defensive end, and it forces opponents to overextend and to start thinking that their offense isn't sufficient. Start to take unnecessary risks, perhaps, and then Daniel's teams can capitalize. Not a trend I'm expecting to see too much of in this lobby, as Lost does manage to slot one past KV1. That was a demo by Lost, boost steal. KV1's post-pinch save not going into a safe location. Pretty unfortunate. And they're back within... Actually, I shouldn't say they're back within a goal. They're leading by a goal now, KV1 and Drafinio, but Lost and Swift have a chance to tie here. KV1 takes over midfield. Now Lost 1v1 with Drafinio. Drafinio comes out on top in that exchange. Yeah, there should be 12 per person. Daniel only lost 2. He went 10 and 2. I think he lost 1 game when he was playing with Beast Mode, and he lost 1 game when he was playing with, was it LJ? I actually can't remember, but I'll take a look. I've got it on a spreadsheet here. Yeah, Daniel, he won all his games that he played with First Killer and Chronic. He lost 1 with LJ, 1 with Beast Mode. Still, winning record with Beast Mode and winning record with LJ as well. He was 2 and 1 with both those duos. No, Beast Mode did not throw, guys. Like, there's no way anybody actually thinks that Beast Mode threw. Come on. You just had a bad day. It happens. Especially in a format like this, it can get a bit out of control, because you have a bad start, then suddenly you're last place by a couple points, and you're sitting out watching other players add to their points total. You come back in, you go down a goal or 2. You know, it can spiral. It can spiral for anyone. If Beast Mode only played well when he was with Daniel, and then he played really badly when he was against Daniel, it would be suspicious. But I think he played pretty okay with everybody. He didn't play great, obviously, because he only won 2 of his 12 games. But I don't think he had any particular games where he was, you know, stand out suspicious. They're all about the same. Okay, high scoring game here. Could be another one. Lost. Forcing KV1 high off the backboard. KV1 and Drafinho are in a world of trouble here. Lost with the aerial fake. Or actually Swift to the aerial fake, I should say, for Lost. And maybe the mistake in the continuation from Swift, but they're still going to get shots on target. It's a pinch from Lost. It bounces in. What a finish. Take a look at this. Oh, it's not a pinch, actually. I thought he got a double. He didn't. He just poked it in off the wall. Never mind. Look away. Not that special. But actually still kind of a cool goal. Something that doesn't work very often in pro play because it's difficult to get enough power on the shot when you just simply hit the ball into the wall for it to catch defenders out of position. But that can work in your rank, you viewers watching. I know it works in my rank. Works against me. And okay, hold on. 5-5. KV1 goes 1v2. Reset, mind game, flick. Swift not doing enough there. Should have been able to get at least a piece of the ball with his initial challenge. Yeah, Secret they're a very good team. See, they had a super disappointing Birmingham Major. I was very unimpressed with Secret at the Birmingham Major. I was very disappointed because I know what they can do, and they just looked so flat and uninspiring. But credit to them, they've completely changed it around, and look at them now. It's KV1. Oh, he's actually all the way through. 6-5. It was Swift at one end looking threatening, but KV1 punishes Lost for the overextension. Just doesn't even need a 50. Lost committed hard, didn't get a good touch. In fact, he might have missed entirely. And this could put KV1 on the boards and guarantee that at least he'll get 1 point in this first round of 5 games. Can Lost and Swift do something here? No, they can't. KV1 gets 1 on the boards. Drafinho gets his second, so Drafinho undefeated. Sat out the first game, and now he wins 2 in a row after subbing in. Everybody else is on 1 point. Okay, next game. Swift in his 4th game. He's back with Drafinho again. And this time they're going to be against the other 2/3 of Furia. It's Jan Lost against Swift and Drafinho. So this would be a seriously impressive run if Drafinho can get another win. Because obviously he would remain ahead of everybody. He'd be 1 point ahead of Swift, 2 points ahead of everybody else. And to make it even better for him, Swift will be sitting out game 5, so Drafinho could move 2 ahead of him as well. Don't think many people had Drafinho as their pick to win this. I mean, I picked Jan, so I look like an idiot currently. But that could change if Swift stops popping off. Oh, Drafinho crossbar challenge. Look out. He does slot it second time of asking. Hey, Shogun, thanks for the raid. Hope you're doing well, mate. Just in time for the double crossbar there. All you Shogun viewers tuning in. What were you playing today? Were you varietying? Were you watching more RLCS Worlds Finals? Have you finished your tier list yet? For anybody unaware, Shogun's been tier listing all of the RLCS LAN Finals that have happened over the years. See which one was the most exciting. He was ranking LAN Finals. You just rated the Zen split. Okay. So, do we have any S tier finals yet? I mean, you're getting pretty close to modern day there. You watch BDS Vitality, then BDS Vitality, and finish off with BDS Vitality. That's good. Season 5 and Season 8, both S tier. Yeah, Season 5 is a pretty obvious S tier. Not really much needed to be said there. Season 8 getting S tier as well. I mean, yeah, it did go to overtime, so once more, overtime game 7, you can't really complain. Oh! And it was so scripted with the NRG winning. Yeah, it's hard to ever imagine Season 5 being topped. So what are the A tier lands if there's no more S tiers apart from Season 5 and Season 8? What were the A tier lands? What lands made it into the next best? I'm assuming A is the next best tier. Oh! Careful, Drafinho. Only Los Angeles with G2 Queso. Yeah, that was, what was it, 4-3, 4-2, so that was pretty good. Pretty good script on that one for sure. And yeah, going back through the years, I mean, RLCS World Finals and RLCS LAN Finals in general, they're not close very often. I mean, think about Open Era. BDS win in Stockholm was a 4-1, 4-3, I believe. But it didn't feel like, even the second series didn't feel like a 4-3, so yeah, it felt a bit one-sided. The Falcons Moist first series was really good, but then the second series was a 4-0. Obviously, Dickie's Arena, well, the first time around was not the best. It was pretty bad. Second time around it was better, but still a pretty disappointing ending. San Diego, disappointing. Rotterdam, pretty one-sided. What else am I missing? I mean, yeah, they've all been kind of, in terms of finals. But some of the events have been sick. Like the actual events, the record of matches before the grand final in London 2.0 was absolutely insane. Do you guys remember how many upsets there were? G2 and BDS both getting eliminated before top 8. Carmine Corp losing to a 0-second goal in Game 7 against version 1. Space Station Gaming taking Moist to the brink. Version 1 beating Moist in the early stage of the tournament as well. Moist having to do lower bracket run. Falcons Game 7 with V1. Game 7 of Space Station. That was an outrageous LAN. Actually crazy. We also had the Yan 1v3 against Optic Gaming. So yeah, sometimes the LAN itself is an S-tier LAN. It's just the grand final is kind of, you know, mid or not very good. Now, if you guys are wondering what's going on here, all of you just tuned in, we are Game 4 of 15-game mix-up 2s with Furia. All three of Furia are playing today, and so are Swift and KV1 from Team Secret. And Drafinio's currently undefeated. He's not lost a game. He's 2-0. Everybody else has at least one loss to their name. Yan and Lost are trying to win their second game as a duo here. They will get 3 games in total playing together, so will every potential duo in this Mix-Up 2's lobby. They won their first one. It happened to be the first game of the lobby, and now they were looking to win this one as well. Swift has been super impressive so far. He stole the show. Honestly, the best play we've seen just in general in this Mix-Up 2s up until now was a Swift 1v2 play in defense. A defensive 1v2 play. Double mind game in defense. I know, it sounds crazy. That's because it was. Okay, nice play by Drafinio. He saw exactly where Yan was landing. And those are the best times to go for demos, when your opponent's landing or flipping. They can't do anything about their location, and they are just a free kill. And not only a free kill for Drafinio, but also a free goal for Swift, as Drafinio opened up the area for him. Oh, Lost and Yan are all over each other here. That was not the play. You know, they've got a lot of synergy. They do like to play hyper aggressively on top of each other, and maybe sometimes gets in a bit of trouble because they try to read each other immediately, and they don't really give each other the space on the pitch that other teams will. Oh, Swift again with the demo in the back third. He gets 2 of them. Drafinio! Drafinio! Swift killed their whole team. What happened? Where was the goal? I mean, obviously he lost control there, but chance for redemption. Drafinio into the air. He's looking for the pop into pass. No luck. Did I miss something there? Or was that just, it should have been a goal, right? Should have been a goal for Drafinio. We need to save the replay and look back later. Could still be a goal for Drafinio. No, Yan takes control in the back corner. Nice step over. He's got lost infield of him. Boostless, however. Shoots himself. Drafinio knocks it into the crossbar. Of course, by shoots himself, I do mean in-game, and he shoots his ball into the crossbar, not to be confused. Oh, nice interception by Swift. That ball is dangerous. Jan's misread it, and it's another game for Drafinio. That's crazy. This ball bounced back flat. Jan thought it was going to hit the inside of the post. It does not. And okay, Drafinio's going to feel a little bit better. We'll look back later. I think he probably could have scored, but we'll see. Generally in 2s, when you demo the whole other team, your teammate puts the ball in the net. But possibly, it was possibly a harder shot than it looked. Game 5, this will be the first rotation done. Swift has played all of his games from the first rotation. KV1 and Yan are back as a duo. They lost when they played earlier. Can I? Actually, I can get Drufinho's whole name. Lost and Drufinho playing together for the first time here. Dr. Rufy and lost. Oh, you think he landed on his attempted shot? Is that what happens? Remind me after this mix-up twos is done to go and watch that replay, because I will forget. But I want to see what happened, because I was on Swift POV. He demoed everyone, and then I was waiting for the goal to happen. It never came. Okay, nice read there by KV1. Lost and Drufinho are both completely boostless here. Yan has switched up to be extremely purple. I'm not sure who started this, but I've seen this kind of preset coming up again and again recently. I don't know whose idea it was. I'm not a fan. It's too much. It's too bright. It was Drally. It was Drally. Okay. Well, that explains why everybody's using it, because Drally probably played really well with it. I still hate it though. I don't care who started it, Drally or otherwise. It just looks so heavy. Alright, KV1 and Yan down again. They did not have the best of synergy when they played earlier. And this was, you know, less about synergy, more of an overextension to lose their opening goal. That's nicely done by Yan though. How open is it for KV1? Not open at all. At least not open enough. There's no upside to this car. I mean, it's got a roof, but I'm not a fan. Shinigami Pulsar, thanks for the 13-month Prime. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, Lost and Drufinho, after scoring once already from a Yan and KV1 overextension, are probably going to be quite happy letting Yan and KV1 come at them. I was kind of thinking that Yan might fake that, but he does decide to go himself. It's always a really high, I think a high quality play to just fake the sidewall skim when you're in defense. Well, when you're first man in defense, because you've got a goalie, so your teammate who's in goal is just going to have a much better shot than you do if you fake the ball to them. The downside, obviously, is if you get red on that and the other team intercept it. KV1 boostless, going to try and flick it up for Yan. Yan didn't want to commit on that. Looked a bit risky, and KV1 was not back quickly. Now here comes Yan with the reset. He's passed one. He's through on goal. And he's left it on the goal line for KV1. Nice dunk on Drufinho. There's just too much space between the challenges. Lost. Couldn't force Yan to lose control by a sufficient margin. Lost half flipping down the kickoff. The best kickoff in the game. Gets the ball for free. Such a big gap between KV1 and Yan's challenges there. Not the connection you need to have in twos. It's a common mistake, just a small one, but still a common mistake at all levels when your teammate's way back in defense for whatever reason. Maybe they just got demoed, maybe they're off getting boost, and you just lunge in with a challenge in the opponent's back corner. It very rarely works. Only real reason to go there in the opponent's back corner when your teammate's not behind you is to collect a free ball. I mean, if the ball's not free, it's probably not worth it. Does Yan still use Zen settings? I couldn't tell you. There's some people who can just look at the camera settings and tell you what they are. I think Joyo's quite good at that. He'll just look at this and be like, oh yeah, I know exactly what it is. -4. Tells you the FOV. Tells you the height. I can't tell you any of that. But what I can tell you is that that's, again, not the play from Yan and KV1. He's tried to knock it back into the corner, and he's actually just puts it overhead. KV1 and Yan are not reading each other very well as teammates in either of the games we've seen so far. Okay, wide open for Yan. Just safe as you like. Front flip shot to put it in the bottom corner. Yeah, Drufinho caught in no man's land there. Bit stuck in the mud, didn't have enough momentum to get away. Important, very important game here for the rest of the lobby to keep tabs on Drafinho. If Drafinho is able to win this, then he'll have won every single game that he's played in the opening 5. Everybody plays 4 games in the first 5. Everybody sits out once. To have a 2-point lead coming out around first round is very impressive. Might just be going to show how good of a team player Drafinho is. As now KV1 snipes the ball top corner. Jan with the creation of this one. Very awkward for Drafinho and lost in defense. They were not able to generate momentum into the ball there. Just pops up in front of their own net. Now a chance for Jan to make it 2. He actually gets tripped up by Drafinho while taking off. Drafinho puts it over KV1's side. That's a bit awkward for him, but luckily Jan's able to secure the boost in the back corner, so they will have stability in defense. Drafinho leaving it for Lost. Lost doesn't really want to go though. Oh, he's awkward. Does well to keep it out of his net, but Jan is all over them. He's just been a pest in the last minute or so, refusing to leave their half. And it looks like finally KV1 and Jan have established some synergy. But KV1 is just staying back and saying, you know what, Jan? You ball chase. I'll be back here when you need me. That's a good hard clear by KV1. Shutting down the pre-jump. A 50 mid would be excellent here. Jan stationed at the back post to cover everything. And now he tries to take the ball back. Dodges the demo. Huge clear out of Jan. KV1 unable to get in the end of it though. Now a chance for Lost and Drafinho in the closing seconds. Lost with the mind game on KV1. Doesn't work out too well, but Drafinho is somewhat got control of the ball here. Okay, he does have control. Jan has to lunge in the way. And that's going to be an awkward position. Not an easy ball to catch. And it will be Jan and KV1 handed Drafinho his first loss. So after round 1 is pretty close. Lost is the only player who's gone 1-3. Drafinho is the only player who's gone 3-1. Everybody else has gone 2-2. So they've all split the difference there. Jan and Swift are going to be together for the next one. And they're going to be against KV1 and Lost. So yeah, it's a bit of a tricky position, but it's not. That's a really tough team to go up against for Lost in the hunt for his just his second win. Yeah, I'm going to do some European mix-ups as well, but it's going to be hopefully individual nations. The main nations, the biggest nations for Rocket League with the deepest talent pools are, well, USA and Brazil are 2 of the top 5. We've had USA yesterday, Brazil today. The other nations that make up the top 5 deepest talent pools are, in no particular order, Saudi Arabia, England, and France. So if we can get all 5 of those nations in the next week or so, and there's a non-zero chance that we get a world final of the mix-up 2s next week as well, which would be a lot of fun. Look at that pass by Swift. That's so nicely done. Just sets up Jan, who air double bumps KV1 for the opening goal. We've had a couple of those passes. KV1 hit one of them earlier on. I think it was actually the first game when he played with Swift against Jan and Lost. He had one of those little, like, just bounce passes mid. Dead ball kickoff. Goes into KV1's favor, and he will tie the game. Mina mix-up, or Mina will be with EU. Yeah, I'm going to try and do a Saudi Arabia mix-up. Just like Falcons now pulling one of the Team Rock players. Yeah, for England, I've asked all 5 of the players who have made it to the World Championship. For England, it's quite easy to know who to ask, because there are just 5 of them. I guess you could say the same thing for France, because France have got 5 players at the World Championship as well. But for Europeans, it's less important that I pick a player who's, or, you know, I fill the lobby with players who are actually at Worlds, because Worlds is in Europe, so they'll be able to play regardless. 4-0, who's the 5th? Well, there's Oski is half English. He's dual national Polish-English, so if you include Oski, who got into the play-in with NIP, then you've got Oski, Joyo and Archie from GK, you've got Rise from Twisted Minds, and of course you got apparently Jack from Dignitas. Yeah, France only have 5. They only have all of Vitality, Zen, Monkey, and Exotic. You've got Batira, and you've got Redosin, who also qualified with NIP through the last chance qual. Yeah, no gentlemates. The lack of gentlemates has reduced the amount of French players quite significantly. I mean, it's actually the rise of Dignitas and GK that have reduced the amount of French players, to be honest. Because Dignitas and GK just outperformed Gentlemates, qualified ahead of them for Worlds, and then Gentlemates couldn't get last chance qual either, ahead of another English player, Oski. So England have gone up this year, and France have gone down a bit. But Francophones are still looking pretty good. You've got, well, actually, Nas isn't a Francophone, is he? He's from a Francophone nation in Morocco, but I don't think Nas actually speaks French, does he? Durali obviously does, Atto does, though. The other 2/3 of Carmine Corp. He does. Yeah, we'll want to do, I think we'll want to do a rest of Europe, or like, you know, a rest of Europe, North Africa lobby. Get like the other players who are not from the big Rocket League nations all to play against each other in a 2s setting. Some of the best 2s players are from other nations. Okay, so Nas is in the Dutch part of the Netherlands. Is that where he lives? He speaks Dutch. Gotcha. Okay. Now, for Lost and KV1, more work to be done. Jan is starting to heat up in this lobby. He's starting to look dangerous. Oh, good read by Swift. Shoots the ball over the mine game. That was being attempted on him. It was Lost, who was just trying to fake Swift back initially there. He wanted to jump up to get Swift to turn around and then catch the ball. Swift not falling for it though, just goes straight for the ball, and they're up 3-1. It's a double demo kickoff again. They've both faked it, both gone for the demo, and neither of them have landed it. And now we're into midfield play. Do a Spain one. Yeah, well, Spain's going to be tricky because half of Spain's just in the wrong region this season. Like in Asia or in SSA. Are there like 5 good Spanish players who just played in Europe or NA this season? Obviously, you've got Stizzy and, well, we'll throw Atomic from Twisted Minds in as well. Great shot by Lost. Jan did not think he was able to get that much of an angle across the goal. Another demo, this time on the diagonal by KV1. They're all so ready for it. These guys are all locked in. It's going to be pretty tricky to land a demo on anyone after the kickoff. Atomic, CRR, Stizzy are the clear top 3 for Spain. I don't, yeah, did Mark play all season in EU, Mark by 8? I don't think Mark by 8 likes 2v2 though. I think we did this, didn't Mark play in one of these last time we did it? Oh! Swift couldn't redirect in the tap in. Jan's power shot was already pretty good. There's Tekos. Now Tekos, no, not interested really in seeing Tekos play. He's a failed colonizer. Imagine going to APAC, playing in a full EU team and losing. Like, I feel like that everybody just loses interest in watching you play Rocket League when that happens. I know I did. Yeah, same thing for all the Spanish players in sub-Saharan Africa. Like, I just don't care about their Rocket League careers anymore. Like, why would I want to watch them play? Why would I put them on a screen that I'm watching? You know, that just seems like a misplay. Yeah, I know Tekos played the start of the season. That's what makes his attempt to just go and play in a full EU team in APAC so disappointing. Is because he did have potential. Like a lot of these players who have gone to the wrong region to play in full EU teams, mind you. They're players who had potential, and I think they're just throwing it all away for a short-term gain. It's very short-sighted. I'm not a fan of it, but yeah, that's the whole conversation around, unfortunately, mostly Spanish players this season. Okay, Swift and Jan, they do get the win this time over KV1 and Lost. Yeah, it was just moments away. It looked like we were getting pretty close to Durfinho running away with this, but now Swift and Jan have reined him back in. Let's see, who have we got up next? We've got Swift and KV1, the Team Secret players, going up against Jan and Durfinho. No, I can't fit all of Durfinho's name in, so I'll just call him Drufy this time. Rest of the world would be Nastrali, Stizzy, Atomic, and Atto. Well, I mean, I have to calculate and see if a Spain lobby is possible. I don't know if it is. I don't know if there are enough good players who didn't, like I said, play in the wrong region. Maybe there are. Maybe there are. I think, yeah, Rixie, he stayed in EU all season, didn't he? He's a good Spanish player, Rixie. Who else? Who else just played in the right region? Or played in its S tier region? Because Atomic playing in MENA and CRR playing in NA, those are both extremely strong regions, of course. Oh, sorry about the screen freeze. So they're fine. Stacey played in Europe, so that's fine. Oh yeah, Luis. Luis played in the right region, didn't he? Yeah, they had a good first split as well. 100% were actually looking really good. Okay, yeah, maybe we could do a Spain lobby. Which would mean that the rest of the world would not need to contain Spain, but you could have Atto in there, Durali and Nas could be in there, Jorias could be in there, Oli maybe. Is that just all the RLCS players from other countries? Basically Morocco, Netherlands, and Belgium. The next best nations after the big ones. Nice shot by Drafinho, low underneath the in and out save attempt to Swift. Jan, Drafinho, a chance to go into tied first here, break the tie with Swift, who's, at the moment at least, level with them. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Dorito, last time we did a Spain mix-up twos, Dorito did not have a good time. I don't think he's going to want to play. It was Dorito, right, who just had the most, like, one-sided record against him, wasn't it? Yeah, he went like 0-8, and then he said he'd had enough. He's like, I'm out of here. Yeah, we'll see. I'll figure it out. I need to figure out. Oh, I need to figure out ways to do this. I'm gonna get theory crafting. Try and figure out ways to do this with more than 5 players. Because for some nations you do need more than 5. It would be nice to get like a format of 8 going. Maybe I can collaborate with another streamer. Get 2 lobbies on the go at the same time with 8 players playing. It'll take a while, of course, to get through all the permutations, but we'd probably just have to settle for some of them. Yeah, probably going to do another US lobby as well. So there's so many good US 2s players, or just US players in general this season. Uh-oh. Yeah, we definitely need to get some more of them in the mix-up 2s world, see how they're doing, see who's playing well. Maybe give Daniel some more challengers, because no one yesterday was able to get close to Daniel. It's a great save by KV1. They're and need a lot more of those, and a lot more goals at the moment. Team Secret duo struggling against Furia in this game. See a nice cut by Jan on his way back into defense. He's making life very easy for Drafinho here, just continually challenging for him, and then, yep, open net for Drafinho. This is all off of Jan's pressure. He's just all over them. KV1 forced to make a move in the ball because Jan is right behind him. He doesn't want to leave the ball for Jan to hit. So many fake kickoffs. Jan having to dive over the top of KV1's bump attempts. He's done really well there. Jan in defense this game, having one of his best games so far. Oh, Jan bumped to the ceiling. He's got a flip to work with here. Tries to get the interception on Swift's play. It doesn't work out. Drafinho survives the offensive onslaught anyway. Now here he comes going the other way. He's faked out Swift. It's on the goal line, but out. And Jan is taking his time to challenge. He only wants to go when the ball's absolutely free. Jan, soft half volley towards the net. Swift able to help KV1 clear it. Yeah, young France lobby would be pretty fun as well. I'd love to see that. I mean, if this is content you guys are enjoying, then I'm down to post more of these because I enjoy watching them. It's a good I don't know, the fact that you get to see one combo a new combo every single time, it makes every game feel very important, at least to me as a viewer and to me as a caster. Because right now KV1 is playing with Swift. They only get to play 3 times together out of 15 total games. So if they lose this one, which they are, it feels a lot more impactful than if this was like a best of 5 series and you lose one game. Alright, all good. You're just going to go again next game. So individual games don't feel as important in a best of series compared to this, in my opinion. They're on pace to come back. I mean, I guess somewhat. They're on some kind of pace to come back. We need to see another goal before I really believe in the comeback. This could be one, actually. Swift has got a chance. Jan able to force him into an awkward position though. And yeah, time's getting away from them now. Swift has to attempt a full pitch air dribble, but Jorfinho's on the ceiling to intercept him as early as possible. If Scotland do FIFA E, would it be me, Scrub and Markey? Luckily for the proud nation of Scotland, there are better players than me and Markey. I don't know. Scrub might make the team though. Scrub might make the team. Not sure how good the Scottish players are doing these days. Mostly just like, you know, mid-SSL level, I would say. There are 210 different variations if you do 8 players. Oh my days. Yeah, it gets a bit out of control. With 4 players, there are, what is it, 3 different variations? Because it's basically every, you know, out of A, B, C, and D, everybody plays with A once, and then that's it. That's your variations done. 5 players, you go up to 15 though. 15 different games. Yeah, it's a bit exponential. Bit of an exponential one. Just do 2 teams of 4. Well, yeah, we could maybe do teams. Could allow teams to sign up as actual duos, but that would maybe take away from the rotation part of the fun. Because when you're switching teammates every time, it makes it feel a bit more like solo queue, makes it feel a bit more like ranked. Which this is I guess a replacement for in players' practice schedules. Yeah, gonna be trying to get a proper Mina one as well, definitely. A KSA one, I should say, because it will be KSA. Okay, for the first time, actually not the first time. Jorfinho's been ahead already. But yeah, Jan tied for the lead with just one other player. And then sitting out in the next game will be Jan, however, so Swift and Jorfinho. Don't think we can fit, yeah, can't fit Jorfinho's whole name. Swift and Jorfinho against KV won and lost. Chance for Jorfinho to retake sole hold of the lead. Do the 120 permutations with 2-minute games. That would still take so long, mate. That would take forever. You'd probably only get 20 games in an hour, even with 2-minute games. I know that you'd think surely 30 games if they're 2 minutes each, but there's always like a gap between games, changing the team names. Players will, you know, join. Plus games, a 2-minute game in Rocket League is not actually 2 minutes, just like a 5-minute game is not actually 5 minutes. These games, even though they're set to 5 minutes, end up being 6 or 7 minutes most of the time, with goal replays, kickoff countdowns, and all the other good stuff. Jorfinho, oh, nice bump, leaves it wide open for Swift. And this is something that the Brazilian players do really well. Like, they are just terrifying to go up against when there's a bump coming. Very hard to get away from. Yeah, don't worry, I'll figure out something. I'll figure out some way to make it fair. What do you guys think as viewers though, and what do you guys think in the comments? Do you think that it would be fun to watch a version of this where there are like, I don't know how many teams you would need to make a rotation good. I guess, yeah, 5 teams. 5 teams of 2 instead of 5 players. You could do 5 teams of 2. I guess, I suppose that would work. Because then when there's 5 teams, one team sits out every round and then the other 4 teams will have 2 matches going at once. That could be interesting. 5 teams, 10 players. Oh! Lost to the redirect into his own net. Don't think he could really do much about that one though. It was pretty fast. Past him already. Jorfinho's ripped to that. And yeah, Lost had to wait and see if Swift is going to get a touch as well. Yeah, I also agree. I think the mix-up is the fun part. The chance for one individual player to just dominate everyone and establish themselves as the best player is, I think, part of the appeal. Because you don't usually get that in 2s and 3s. You find out who the best team are in 2s and 3s. But you never know who the best player is except subjectively or maybe statistically. But in this format, you can actually just flat out be the best player, which is kind of cool in a team mode. Pizza off, thanks to the 10-month Prime. Holy Tears for 82-month tier 1 as well. Thanks for the resubs, guys. KV1 and Lost are struggling here. They've started to fall a bit further down the bottom end of the table. But KV1 fights back with 1 goal. That was solo as well. Isn't that what Monkeyman is doing with RLCS? Well, yeah, right now Zen is quite clearly the best player on Vitality, and maybe some people think that that takes away from Monkeyman's legacy, because anything that he wins now is just playing second fiddle to Zen. But Monkeyman's been the best player on this team, or an equal best player on so many teams he's been a part of. Even last season, yes, Rally was MVP at the end of the season. Exotic was probably the best player at Esports World Cup. Monkeyman was in most games and in most matches an equal contributor on that BDS lineup. They were all incredibly close, at least in my opinion. This is, I think, the first season in Monkeyman's career that he's just had a teammate who's clearly better than him. And then kind of does that to everybody that he plays with, so it's not really Monkeyman's fault. Oh, what a pass. Swift bails out of it, though, because it was well covered by Lost. Good job by Lost and KV1 to come back and tie this. Yeah, Monkeyman was the best player on BDS when they started being a team together. He was the best, I think, still the best player when they were playing with Seiko and Extra. Monkeyman was still the best player when it was Seiko and Rise for the most part. But yeah, all those teams were just super teams, so it's not like he was the best by miles. Like overall, he just did the most by a small margin. Durali was his first teammate who was better than him across the season. Let the replay of goals play. Probably not going to be doing that too much because it's 15 games. We don't want to keep the players around all night. We'll watch Worldies, but anything else we're just going to be skipping halfway through or immediately. You always do get a ton of goals when the Brazilians play as well. We're going to get another one here. It's KV1 and Lost, up 5-4. And look how much time's left. 2 minutes and 20 remaining. We could be in the highest scoring game of the entire mix-up here. Oh, there you go. You got your wish. Jorfinho's watching the open net. Yeah, Monkeyman's underrated. For me, I know a lot of people already had Monkeyman the GOAT coming into this season. A lot of people thought he was the GOAT when he won the second World Championship, but I thought it was kind of close. It was like second World Championship for Monkeyman kind of put him at a level with K-Dop in my mind. But now that he's racked up another season playing at the level he is and playing on a team that are doing as well as Vitality are, I know they're not winning. They're not Carmine Corp, they're not Falcons, but they're still, you know, the next best tier. It's like KC and Falcons are S, and then you've got Vitality in A alongside teams like NRG, Dignitas, maybe GK if you want to be cheeky and chuck them in after their Esports World Cup Grand Final. But yeah, being able to stay at that level and not fall off for yet another season at the level teams are at now and the level players are at now, to me is seriously impressive. And that longevity, I think it just tips it over the edge into just unanimous GOAT category, regardless of what happens at the World Championship for me. I think this is Monkeyman's. Monkeyman's going to finish the season as the GOAT if he isn't already the GOAT. Oh, nice ceiling reset. Little double tap into the reset there by Jorfinho. Getting into the final minute here as the game stays 5-5. Let's lock in, see who's going to emerge victorious. Lost is waiting for the boost to spawn. It does spawn. That's huge. If it didn't, they were going to be in a world of trouble here. But as it does spawn, now they're able to get a shot off. Jorfinho darts back and saves it. Swift and Jorfinho looking to establish themselves as, well, Jorfinho actually the unanimous leader at this point in the mix-up. This is the halfway margin. Jan hate watching Swift and Jorfinho right now. Wants everybody else to get a win on them. But Turbo did not play Plumber, so you guys need to calm down. Turbo's record is crazy. His Grand Finals record is just unbelievable. He won so many tournaments. It was insane. He's easily number 3. The gap between K-Dot, Monkeyman, and Turbo is smaller than Turbo and whoever's 4th. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Big mistake by KV1. Oh, it's a big mistake. He tried to control it, and he's just completely given it away. And that could be Jorfinho leading by himself once again chance for Lost to counter though. He's going to need to go 1v2. Drafinio's interfering with him. Really good defense on the recovery by Drafinio. He got out the game briefly, but then got right back to action into it. Here comes Lost again though. How about this from Lost? Multiple attempts in 0 seconds. Neither of them pan out. And Swift and Drafinio win yet again. That's the third win for Swift and Drafinio. They've won every single time they've played together. That will be the last time that they play as a duo in this mix-up. So wow, maybe a duo to look out for in the future. Definitely extremely effective. Like I said, just past the halfway point. There's a clear 2 players at the bottom who are struggling, and there's a 3-horse race for first. It would seem Swift and Jan are going up against Lost and Drafinio now. I don't think I can get. Oh, I can get Drafinio's whole name in. I feel like it's weird. Sometimes I can get it in when I don't think I will. I mean, yeah, people saying that Turbo is never the best in his team. It's true, he was never the clear best on a team he was on. But he was never the clear worst either. I think Turbo has always been, kind of like I said with the Monkey Moon last season in BDS. He's been an equal part contributor in all the teams he's been a part of that did well. Or, you know, had tournaments where he would win MVP and nobody would question it. Yeah, Turbo is excellent. Just an excellent player. And yeah, won so many events, it was insane. So you can't really question his winning ability. Garrett G's gone on record many times saying that without Turbo they wouldn't have won. When he joined, it just changed their team dynamic and they became a winning team. Like they switched one player, a very good player in Fireburner for Turbo, and they just immediately became a winning team because their mentality switched. That's just who Turbo was. He was a winner. He was a winner, super competitive, but at the same time, very light-hearted guy. So he just produced winning teams more than anyone else. Yes, there were more mechanical players. There were players who could take over lobbies individually more than he could. But he had one of the best mental games in the history of the game. And that's underrated. What a shot by Drafinio here, by the way. That is a great shot. My word. So awkward to get enough power on it from that angle. Having to fly down, save his dodge for that long. Seriously impressive shot. And Lost puts it top bins to go up 2-1. This is one of the most important games for Drafinio to win. He's ahead by 1, ahead of his current opponents by 1. Can he make it 2 before he watches Swift sit out for the next game as well? This could be a chance for him to just run away with this. It's not going to be easy though. Jan and Swift fire back. It's 2-2. Next game after this is going to be KV1 and Lost, the 2 players who have struggled the most in this mix-up against Jan and Drafinio. So if Drafinio can win this game, he will finish off 2 ahead after 10 games have been played, which will make it extremely difficult for anybody to beat him. Very, very difficult for any individual to beat him. And in the same way, this is a must-win for Jan and Swift. If they don't win this, Drafinio's running away with it. If they do win it, then it's anyone's game. It's felt like a more of an anyone's game kind of lobby. I'd be surprised. I mean, coming into this, I didn't think anybody would have a 2-point lead after 10, unless maybe Jan. I thought Jan might be able to do that, but Drafinio doing this is very, very impressive. He's just been playing some solid rock. Swift losing control briefly in the back corner, regains it, and now gets to work on the counter attack. Oh, Drafinio and Lost not quite on the same page there. Drafinio wanted to keep cutting, keep intercepting, and Lost is trying to make a move in on the play. I think there it's probably Lost's responsibility to cover net and let Drafinio cook, because when your teammate can interfere in a recovery in 2s, they usually will. Now Jan, look for the air dribble bump onto everybody, but he gets bumped into saving his own shot. That's a great save. Jan is a ferocious air dribble bumper. Swift is now bumping off the ball as well. Here comes Jan, got the flip. Oh, what a save by Drafinio! And he's doubled it into the back corner. Lost to Drafinio still in a lot of trouble here. They need a good 50 to keep control of this situation. Lost gives it away. Swift loses control, however. But wow, Drafinio showing his mettle at both ends of the pitch in this mix-up. Another excellent defensive play by Drafinio. Look how he's able to deflect the ball back corner there. So even though the ball is close to the goal, it's not in a dangerous position at all. Nice ceiling double for Drafinio. Reset. Intercepted early by Jan. He's been demoed though. Jan has been demoed clean by Drafinio. It's a bit telegraphed, but Jan still didn't dodge it. Nice. Swift is solo against Drufy. It's going to be another save for Drafinio. He's racked up 4 so far in this game. Lost with no flip to play with. Looking to grab one at the last second there. Couldn't get under the ball. Jan from distance. Drafinio reads him perfectly. Actually clean intercepts it. As Swift has space. And it's going to be a 1v2 attempt as Jan's been demoed in front of him. Drafinio. Brick wall defense once again. Whether it's on the goal line or away from it. He has not been easy to get past in this game. Lost ceiling recovery. Looking threatening. That was Drafinio with a double attempt. And lost to the open net off the back of it. I think Drafinio was going for a reset double here. And even though it hit Swift, it was far from favorable. Drafinio just getting out of the way. And there it is wide open for his teammate. K down 15G, thanks for the Prime. Maestro, thanks for the 17-month Prime. Welcome back. Jan, air dribbles to tie the game 3-3. It's just so simple, but so effective by Jan. 1 touch, and then 2 touches, and it's in. And you know, a lot can be learned from that. You probably are very familiar, guys, with either a regular teammate you play with, maybe it looks like your own gameplay. You're going for an air dribble, or your teammate's going for an air dribble, and they're trying to go for unlimited touches. They want to go for the glue kind of air dribble where the ball's sticking to the front of their car, and they just spin underneath it. But if you watch pros play, sometimes it's just a 1, 2, 3 touch, and that's it. That's all you need. You don't need the glue. You don't need an infinite touch air dribble to score. Yeah, one in chat if you know someone who air dribbles every time that it's available, and they always get about 2 meters off the ground while using 100 boost. It's a 1 from me. I know so many people who do this. They're like, all right, let's lock in, let's win some games. Then they try and air dribble about 10 times a game, and they never get off the ground. When all of the time it would be better to just hard clear or maybe go for a 1 or 2 touch play. That's wide open. Drafinio didn't have the boost though. It was Jan with the monumental miss. And Drafinio can get to this. Oh my goodness. Pops it to the crossbar. Jan able to keep it in the air. Hold on a second here. Drafinio's going to need to take it into the ground. Overtime to decide if we're going to have a 3-way tie 2/3 of the way through the mix-up, or if it's going to be, it's not going to be a 3-way tie. It's going to be Drafinio, who's ahead by 2. He is running away with it. Swift could not stop Lost. Couldn't cut him off. And that all but confirms that Drafinio will lead. I mean, he'll lead by 2. The only difference is, you know, will it be 7-5 or will it be 6-4? Because he's teamed up with Jan next. Swift is sitting out. So the 2 players closest to him, they can't catch him. They can't catch up to him in game 10. Yeah, really impressive stuff from Drafinio. He's just winning games. Simple as that. Oh, did I forget to add a 1 to Lost there? My bad. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thanks for keeping me right. Yeah, Doctor's in the house tonight. What a player. My KBM hero. The best KBM player in the world. And he is torching the best players in his region. And nobody can say it's his teammates. You know, when you play with Jan in 3s, just the legacy that Jan has built for himself, and the flair, the creativity, the aggression that he plays with, it's always going to steal the show. So it's difficult. Lost as well, you know, very aggressive, very peaky player. So it's difficult for Drafinio to get in the spotlight, but I think too many people call for the benching of Drafinio. They say, hey, it's time for Furia to make a change. Because they're not finishing top 4 every tournament anymore, so they need to make a change. But Who are you going to switch? Seriously, who are you going to switch? Half flip kickoff again for Lost. He offloads to the back corner. That's a standard continuation there. Continuation 12.1b. That's right, I've got the flowchart. Yeah, there's obviously talent in the region. You got Diaz, you got Swift. A lot of other very good players. But I don't know who you bench. I don't think you do bench anyone. I think if the vibes are good, if the team atmosphere is good, you just keep doing what you're doing. And that's a bit unlucky. Drafino's trying to knock that into the back corner. He's been doing it all night. He was trying to hit the back corner wall with that. It would have gone down the line if he did. But he hits his sidewall flat instead by mistake, and it just goes straight mid. Drafino, no reset despite attempting one. Still gets the 50 to Yan. Oh, no touch on the ball by KV1 there. And Yan is able to easily score. Once again, Drafino just making the right play. He realizes that KV1 is out of the game, so he just leaves the ball, forces Lost into the net, and Yan can shoot. And notice he's not going for the guaranteed hit on Lost there. He's covering the place he doesn't want Lost to be in, more than anything. He knows that with the way Yan is going to attack that, he's going to want to hit a high shot in net, so he just jumps above Lost's head. Doesn't really mind if Lost can stay alive on the ground, as long as he can't jump and stay alive. It's a great shot by Yan. Huge dunk for 4-1. When I do that, my teammate bangs it to the crossbar and it's a double commit. Are you... Wait, is that Daniel's burner account? Are you NRG Daniel on the burner? That's toxic. Okay, 1 goal back for KV1 and Lost. KV1 and Lost have lost both the times they've played together so far today. Will they go 0-3 as a duo? They're the two players who have had the hardest time getting wins on the board. They're not far off the pace in this game though. KV1 gets one more. Drafino really thought he could get that boost, and he was mistaken. Good control by KV1 though. Let's get over the top of Jan's head from that range is impressive. So Yan and Drafino off to a flying start. Now they've got to just cool down a little bit here. They're, you know, giving away some goals that probably weren't necessary. Definitely not in that time frame. Oh, Drafino smells blood in the water and pounces once again. It's just Yan running interference. Drafino diving over the top of him. Such a smart play. I mean, you've got options as Drafino there. You can definitely go back if you want to. You can dive in and play for the 50, play for the shot if you want to. Yeah, going for the more aggressive option when it's possible is usually a good idea in twos. So you think about what were the range of possibilities there for Yan and Drafino dives the second man. You might just get a goal, and then the worst thing that can happen is you get a 50-50. Pretty good odds if you ask me. Now they're up 6-3 again. 3 goals lead for the second time this game. Like I said before, this is going to be the 10th, well, this is the 10th game, so this will be the 2/3 mark of the mix-up. And Drafino will lead by 2 going into the final 5 games. It's important then that Yan wins every time he plays against Drafino in the final round. He'd be the only player with control of his own destiny. Everybody else would be relying on Drafino dropping the ball at some point. At game 11, Yan can play while Drafino is not playing. He can beat Drafino in game 12 in theory, and he can also play against, he's playing against Drafino in game 15 as well. So Yan, if you look at the upcoming games, has the best chance of taking Drafino down. By the way that Drafino's playing, I don't think anybody's looking likely to take him down. His record is seriously impressive right now. Oh, it's a good 50 by KV1, but Yan is going to be back for it. There's still time for these guys to make something happen, but Now Jan and Drafinio are getting behind the ball a bit more. In defense, it's going to be a forced risk coming in soon, but not soon enough. KV1 and Lost do get one through from standard midfield play. Very nice pass there by Lost. That's so well done. Jan was expecting Lost to shoot that. He was actually pointing his car at the near post, thinking Lost is going to shoot that from the tight angle, but instead he just doubles it over Jan's head. Not a lot of boost for Jan. Or not for Jan, sorry. Not a lot of boost for Lost in defense here. Jan did have 100. That's a good back pass by Jan. Drafinio sees the diving last man. Launches it from distance, pre-flip, reset. Actually put that on target somehow. I'm not sure how Drafinio got that to go on target from that angle. 51 seconds left. Still time for Lost and KV1 to just get a regular goal. They don't need to go crazy for anything here. But they are in so many low boost positions. It's very difficult to play in lobbies at this level on such a low boost economy as they've been on. Another hard clear by Jan. Lost deflects it towards KV1. Drafinio's all over him. KV1 able to stay alive, keep the ball somewhat under control, but now he's on low boost. He's just trying to get a bump onto Jan, sorry. Drafinio's demoed him. 15 seconds to go. It's Drafinio and Jan closing out the game. Lost has to score with this air dribble, and he's not going to. He's denied by Jan immediately. Jan's going to score. What a goal. That is from Jan. Pre-jumps Lost. And then he just collects a reset and puts it on target. Alright then. Hey, fair enough. You can have this game. When your opponent's doing that, you just have to say, well done. It's just insane. Lost is thinking, okay, air dribble time. This is my moment. This is our time to come back. And he just gets completely outplayed. But, another little, I think a pretty cool opportunity that Drafinio's got here is to match Daniel. If he wants to match Daniel's 10 wins that Daniel got yesterday in the USA mix-up twos, he'll have to win 3 of his last 4 games. He's won 7 out of the first 8. And now he just has to win 3 out of 4. So technically, he just needs to drop off on his win record a little bit. 7 out of your first 8 that is a very good score. He's already over 50% for the entire thing. He could lose every game from now and he'd still be plus, like he'd be 7 and 5. Crazy record for Drafinio here. Okay, so Swift and Lost against KV1 and Jan. This is a must-win for both KV1 and Lost if they want to avoid finishing bottom 2. They're up against each other, of course, and then it's a must-win for Swift and Jan if they want to track down Drafinio. So after this game, we're going to know who the favorite is to finish dead last in this. KV1 and Lost obviously have struggled the most today. If Swift loses this one, then it's pretty much just going to be Jan with a chance to hunt down Drafinio in the final few games. Game 11. Jan has switched presets so many times today. Oh, he's on the backboard. He's going to back pass to KV1. He fired that one right on top of his bonnet. Mota was busy today, so yeah, he couldn't play. I know Mota's an excellent twos player, so it would have been cool to see him involved. Nicely done there by KV1. Perfect 50-50. He was about to try and pull up alongside the ball to score, but then Jan arrived with a better and easier angle. KV1 just lets him take over. Yeah, 7 wins out of 8. I still can't believe that. That's a seriously impressive record. It's in a lobby this stacked, and in any lobby of pro player mix-up twos, finishing on 7 is great. It's a good score. Obviously, the average is 6. So 7 at the very end is good. But 7 when you're only 2/3 of the way through is crazy. This is actually a higher win percentage than Daniel had yesterday. Whether or not Drafinio can finish off with a higher win percentage than Daniel remains to be seen, but Apparently it is possible. He could put 11 wins on the board. He's just been the smartest player. He's been, much like Daniel was yesterday, he's been difficult to score on, has Rafinha. Maybe not as hard to score on as Daniel, because the games have been higher scoring today than they were in the USA mix-up yesterday. But compared to the rest of the lobby, Rafinha and the teams he's been on have been the hardest to score on. He's played very intelligently. I've not really, seen Rafinha struggling to synergize with anyone that he's played with. Oh, what a play by Lost, KV1. And Jan will survive though, because Swift wasn't ready to take over. Jan intercepts the ceiling double attempt. Dunks on his Furia teammate as well. It's a good recovery save by Lost. Swift gets the ball past KV1. But Jan is there. Jan and KV1, I think, have struggled a bit with their synergy, but they've gone 1-1. So, their first game they played together, they lost it earlier on. They won the second one, and they could go positive. Oh, if Jan can just stop circumnavigating this boost. They'll go positive if they win this one. Reset double by Jan. Drops it down onto the goal line. KV1 is there, but he doesn't want to go because it's just a bit too risky in his mind. Oh, he's gone extremely late and misses the ball. Lost scores. At KV1, he was just hesitant here. He was overthinking it. He went for a high block, and it wasn't necessary. The ball goes under him. Lost, the only player who's really been drilling this half-flip kickoff, doing it every single time. This time it's an explosive variation, everybody getting demoed. But if you have been paying attention to every time this kickoff's happened, it's resulted in very few kickoff goals. It's quite a safe kickoff strategy to just leave the ball, to just half-flip. When you do it in lower level rank games, when you do it in any level that isn't pro play, teammates tend to freak out and they panic because it's something they're not used to. But just simply leaving the ball to go get your back corner boost and letting your teammate pressure it is overall a safer strategy in twos to avoid kickoff goals against you than standard kickoffs are. Standard kickoffs are highly volatile. But yeah, most of the Rocket League community doesn't know this yet, so they just freak out when it happens. Jan and KV1 lead by 1. Swift and Lost have been a bit toothless for lots of this game. They've had the high-flying moments, but really for me, I think what they need the most is just one hard clear. One hard hit on the ball. Hey, that works pretty well as well. Just a hard dunk into the net. And my point before Swift just dunked the living daylights out of them and tied the game is that a lot of their air dribbles are getting read and getting pre-jumped. And if you're getting pre-jumped a lot in twos, if your opponents are just expecting you to air dribble, reading the air dribbles when you do them, and pre-jumping, shutting you down, all you need, or the main thing that you can do to counter that, is one hard clear. Just one boom is all you need. Because then they're going to stop pre-jumping you every single time. They have to respect the ability to hit the ball hard. Jan ceiling reset, shut down by Swift. KV1 collects it really well in the back corner. That's such good control. KV1 makes it 3-2. Oh, that's such a good play. Catch, flick into the sidewall. Perfect transition before the recovery can come through. And this is definitely the most interesting outcome for all of you who want this to be a close lobby right down to the wire. Jan and KV1 have really grown as a duo today. They were all over the place as a duo in the first game they played. Didn't have the synergy, they weren't reading each other at all. Very impressed that they've elevated their game as much as they have. And KV1, that's another great play in defense. Jan with a safe double tap in defense, doesn't want to skim that, just plays it into the ceiling instead. And Jan's got the measure of Lost here. He knows he's out of boost, just takes his time, and then shoots from distance to make it 4-2. But yeah, he knew Lost was boost starved here. Just the way that Lost is not boosting back on that flip, you probably just knew. But this will put Swift a little bit too far away to be a true contender to win this this mix-up twos lobby now. KV1 and Lost still within striking distance of Swift, actually. These guys are more of a three-horse race for the wooden spoon now. Currently, Lost is the one holding it. But big game coming up next. Really big game. Swift and Jan against KV1 and Drafinho. If Jan wins this, he's back to level with Drafinho. If Drafinho wins this, then again, he's just running away with it, isn't he? He's just out and out favorite. Jan's got to sit out one more time. The game after the one that we're about to watch, Jan will be sitting out. That'll be an opportunity for Drafinho to just put a point in the board. There's nothing Jan can do about it. After that, they will be teammates. So in the penultimate game, Jan and Drafinho will be on the same team. And only in the final game will they play against each other. So this is the second last game where Jan and Drafinho are on opposite teams. And that's why being ahead by 2 is such a big advantage in this format. There are limited chances for your opponents to actually play against you. Every round, you both sit out once, and you both have it. You're both in the same team once. Now, who's it going to be? Will it be Jan, or will Drafinho assert his dominance? It looks like one of the Furia boys certainly will be victorious at the end of today. KV1. Fresh off a win there. They'll be feeling pretty good. That's obviously great for Drafinho to come back in again, or against a player in Swift who just lost, and with a player in KV1 who just got a win. Very safe 50-50 there by Drafinho. Swift ahead of the ball briefly, looking for demos. Okay, no corner double by him. It's going to be double reset. Oh my goodness, what a play by Swift. I thought when he flew he was going to go for a corner double, but no. He's going for a double reset to bring the ball back into the middle. Crazy angle change. Now, redirect from Drafinho, defended well by Swift as well. Swift with some consecutive excellence in game 11. Sorry, game 12 it is. It's game 12. Swift has had so many brilliant moments. I think he's definitely had the flashiest highlight reel from the mix-up twos lobby today. I think Swift has, for me, been the player with the biggest individual moments. But certainly, Jan's the guy in form right now. Drafinho has got his work cut out with him. And that was another very, very narrow miss as Jan drills it into the post with a double tap. Now ceiling shot. Jan has to use his dodge Charlie. He'll get it back though. Now the double tap down into the crossbar. Swift decides not to go on it because KV1 was behind the ball. But that was another great chance. Jan is starting to look more and more like the wrecking ball self that he often is, where you just give him the ball and watch him score. KV1 boostless. Swift just delays his challenge for a moment to let Jan grab boost behind him. Jan playing for the bump on KV1 in defense right here. Drafinho 50s it into the back corner. That's great play by Swift. Oh, Drafinho, for once, is not home. And that's been a rarity today. That's all it takes. Just a slight deviation. Instead of going straight back on the small pads, he stays upfield for the big boost pad seal. And he's not back in defense like KV1 thought he would be. Obviously, KV1 could have played it safer as well. Swift, reset, lobs at top bins. KV1's there. It's a great transition by KV1. Jan has to air dribble it towards his own backboard. He's popped it upwards so that he can keep control. Now he's lost it though. Drafinho and KV1 both flying in front of the ball. Swift has taken them both out of the game. All of a sudden, after being the guy who's never taken any risks all day, Drafinho was looking super out of the game again. Jan just taking his time, letting Swift go first. Swift timing his challenges really well this game to make sure Jan will be behind him, ready to follow up. It's been a disciplined ending to this mix-up twos lobby. Started off and in the middle it was all just gold gluts everywhere. Now we're seeing the fake challenges start to come out. These guys have conditioned each other to expect ball chasing for the first 10 games, I should say. And now in the final 5, it's disciplined Rocket League, probably the most disciplined 2v2 I've ever seen from the Brazilians. Drafinho waiting at the back post. Jan and Swift are both out of boost, but Swift spots an angle to clear the ball towards the halfway line. Still boostless. Jan has some though. That's going to be huge. Just to put a shot on net and buy some time. Swift with the boost steal at the far side. Off the back of Jan's shot. Now Jan up early. Looking for the double tap mid. KV1 is there. Jan thinking about demoing on his exit. Instead, he full retreats, but now cuts in field. KV1's there to block him. KV1 with a delayed shot. Tricky with the timing there, KV1. This is probably the only time today I can remember a 1-0 for this much time. Everybody playing this one out as carefully as possible. Chance for Swift to make it 2. He's got some free airspace. Great challenge in the recovery though by Drafinio. Now Swift, quick check to see where Jan was. This is what's helping them avoid the double commits that were plaguing them earlier. Now they're making sure to check where they are before committing fully to a play. Swift deflects it into his own back corner. KV1 is there first, but Jan's defended the back corner boost. He clears it across their own net, and he doesn't need the double tap down the line because Swift's covering mid. KV1, reset. Can he get another one? Oh, he could, but he goes under the ball. And would you look at that? We actually have a tie. It's Jan and Drafinio, both on 7. Still advantage Drafinio though, because he plays next and Jan has to sit out. Drafinio has 3 more games. Jan only has 2. So it's still advantage Drafinio. But he's got to win this next game if he wants to make good on that advantage. Oh, I can fit Drafinio. Oh, I forgot to add a 1 to Swift, didn't I? Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, hope you guys are enjoying the mix-up 2s today. I got plenty more of these in the pipeline. With RLCS having 1v1 and 3s, obviously, I felt like it might be a good time to bring back the mix-up 2s. Okay, let's see if Drafinio can capitalize on Jan's absence. He couldn't beat him in the last game. No, he doesn't have to. Wait, he says, can he re-roll? Yeah, he can. Yeah, he's just gonna go and reset because he's lagging. That's fine. I'll just restart it when he gets back. All right, KV1's back. Let's just run this planned game 13. All right, take 2. KV1 and Swift against Drafinio and Lost. Drafinio with an opportunity in Jan's absence to try and take the sole hold of the lead again. If he loses this, it's all going to come down to the final game. Drafinio can at least guarantee first equal if he wins this though. If he wins this, he'll obviously go 1 ahead of Jan. Then they're teammates in the next game, so he'd remain 1 ahead regardless of the result. And then they're against each other in the final game, giving Jan a chance to tie Drafinio in that world. But if Drafinio loses this game, then game 15 will decide the winner. And I think the first time that's ever happened in Mix-Up 2's history, game 15 would be the decider. So if you guys want to see that, you want Swift and KV1 to win. You want Team Secret to beat the Furia guys. But so far today, Swift and KV1 have lost both of their games. Let's see if they can get 1 on the board against the Furias. The Furia Jewels. Lost and Jan beat Swift KV1. Drafinio and Jan also beat KV1 and Swift, so doesn't bode too well for Jan, who's sitting out right now, preying on his actual teammates' downfall. That is, of course, if he's actually followed along with the score. A lot of the times players haven't done that, and they're just like, oh well, did I win? I don't know. So Lost hovering in the way of Swift here. Looks like Swift's irritable bump wasn't going to be too impactful with a slow shot coming behind it like that. Oh, big bump. KV1's got an open net. Huge bump by Swift, leaving the net open for his teammate. KV1 on transition. Had the goal. Look at the awareness of Swift. Just punting Lost back into their own half. Obviously, the battle for Lost and KV1 in last place is still very much on as well. So this is basically the decider. If Lost is going to finish last, It could just be decided right here. He does play against KV1 one more time in game 15. And KV1 sits out in the next game, so I mean, it's not guaranteed yet, with there being only one between them at the moment. If KV1 and Swift win this, Lost will have to win his last 2 games. He just simply has to win them, and that would just be to finish tied Wooden Spoon, instead of the dead last Wooden Spoon holder. Hugs, thanks for 100 bits. It says, tell Drafinio that he needs to change Saffron, Ombra, Zebra, and Bling preset. What on earth are you waffling about, mate? Is that actually a thing? Did you guys see the timing there by KV1, by the way? He actually waited until he ran into the bump and then flipped afterwards to get some extra momentum. Very good stuff. Swift and KV1 trying to avoid the 0-3 teammate record. It's a bold challenge by Swift, but it has worked out. Now he can pop the ball mid for KV1. Tough angle for KV1 to do too much with. He also doesn't really need to worry a lot about a counter-attack from that angle. Now he does. Rapino's taking his teammate out of the game. Swift respawns right underneath the play. Genius. Perfect respawn. Oh! And Lost has scored. It's 3-2. What if instead of the next rank it was previous rank? That's a good question. Yeah, what if? I guess we could come up with an alternate product. Maybe April Fool's Day next year we'll launch previous rank. Would you guys like that? One in chat if you'd like previous rank. The next rank parody account for Grand Plats hard stuck because their teammates are throwing games. The funniest part about that is people would believe it, you know? If we made a previous rank, next rank parody, and we just filled it with all of the blasphemous lies that the Grand Plats tell you, that you know, they'd be SSL if they didn't have bad teammates, people would actually believe everything in the course. It would maybe even do better than the next rank. It would be more popular, because that's what people want to believe. They don't want to be told that they're the problem, that they need to get better if they want to get a better rank. They just want to be told that, yeah, actually, you're amazing, and your teammates are holding you back. Ooh, nice movement there by KV1. They are absolutely storming away with the victory here. Swift attempting to cement himself in the middle of the pack. And KV1 is leaving Lost for dead. It's 7-2. Swift did get a touch on that. The slightest of touches on KV1's lob pass. Look at the, yeah, you can see the ball accelerate. FF, says Rapino. We haven't had an FF yet, but there is the first FF in game 13, and it's on. Game 15 will decide who wins. But we've got one more until then, obviously. Let me just run you guys through all the scenarios again as we set up the penultimate game. Swift and Lost are teamed up in game 14, and Lost, being 2 points behind KV1 in last, he has to win this. If he doesn't, he will finish dead last no matter what. So Lost individually, he needs to win this to just not finish last. Jan and Drafinio, they're already running away with first, but Swift can tie them going into this and make it 7-7-7, which would be interesting. It would be very, very good for Swift if he wasn't sitting out the very last game, which he is. So unfortunately for Swift, he can't win, because one of Jan and Drafinio is going to move to 8, and the best score Swift can finish with is 7. Oh, I might have got the teams wrong. I don't think I updated it in time. Oh, I did. Okay. Looks like it actually does go through. So yeah, unfortunately for Swift, he is going to, at best, finish second equal. That's if he can win this. Lost is looking to just not be dead last solo. Jan and Drafinio, their match will be game 15. Right now they're teammates, but this is just to see who's gonna like, you know, have a chance to tie Swift for second, I suppose. Game 15 will decide the winner as Jan and Lost play against Drafinio and KV1. Oh, nice save by Swift. to open up the penultimate game. Personally, I'm rooting for Lost here, though. I think I want to see Lost have something to play for in the last game. So this would be a cool one if Lost can be victorious. I think that would be the ideal scenario, for me at least, as an unbiased observer. It would be a shame for him to just go into game 15 and he's like, well, not only is my name lost, but I have lost. KV1, he named himself KV1 because he was a Kronovi fan back in the day. That's why he called himself KV1. KV was from Kronovi, and then 1, I think, was just because he didn't want to just be KV. Maybe it was like a 1 was an alternative version of the I. Drafinio had to watch Yan just nipping at his heels earlier on, and now very much pulled up alongside him. If you're going to pick a winner here, you've probably got to give Yan the biggest win percentage out of anyone, because he's the guy who's been in form. He's been getting his wins in the back half of this mix-up, whereas Drafinio front-loaded all of his ones. Yeah, and I should never have mentioned that Drafinio has 7 wins out of 8, because as soon as I said that, he hasn't won a game. he's lost 2 in a row, and now he's losing another one. 15 games in total. This is game 14. Fortnite Sating, thanks for the 53-month tier 1. Says he's been out of the loop. Is Rawas still the best ones player? No, the best ones player is either Moxie or Naipo, and one of them's going to win in Leon in a couple of weeks, and we'll know who the world champion is. For the first time in Rocket League history, we will have a unanimous 1v1 best. Oh, nice shot by Lost. Where's this been all day? Lost and Swift, the double T duos. Saving the best to last. Saving the best to Lost. Last. You guys know what I mean. Yeah, and the only other players at that level would include Rawas, though. I think Rawas is definitely in that same tier as those guys. For me, this season, there's been 5 players who have been the most impressive, and Rawas is in that list. You got, obviously, Naupo and Moxie. I also want to throw Drally in there, because he played Moxie super close in the EU online quals. And I want to throw Rawas in there, because he played Naupo super close as well. And then I think you have to say Diaz, because he utterly dominated the Americas. Like, he's just by far and away the best ones player in South America, North America combined. And the only other player that you can maybe add to the equation would be Nas. But he was a bit off the pace in RLCS 1s, which probably moved him down half a tier compared to the rest of them. Yeah, Nas is a maybe. I think the other 5 are definite S tiers. Then Nas, you can put in S tier if you want, but I don't think he has to go in, because RLCS was too disappointing for him, and RLCS is obviously the main thing for 1v1 now. It's not Salt Mine anymore. And don't say RIP. It was great to have Salt Mine be the Premier 1s tournament, but it's even better to not have it be the Premier 1s tournament, because that means that RLCS 1's the thing. Oh, look at this movement by Lost. 5-1! Oh, what a shot that is. He has completely clipped on them and gotten away from their demo attempts, their dirty demos on the breakaway. Look at the speed as well, Swift. My goodness. The clue was in the name. We should have seen that coming. Oh, this is just turning into the fabled scrim peaks. I mean, what are we witnessing? Drafinio with a ceiling double underneath the pre-jumping Lost. Both Lost and Swift have apologized. Swift for leaving Lost back by himself, and Lost for maybe being a bit too adventurous with the pre-jump. But once again, there it is. You just see Lost half flipping on the kickoff, and look how controlled and how calculated the ensuing play is. There's no randomness, no 50s, nothing that they need to worry about in the immediate future. Of course, anything can happen in 2v2. Things can get very crazy very quickly, but half flipping on the kickoff gives you a small window where you don't have to worry about anything for a bit. Okay, well, we're getting the world that we wanted. It looks like we're going to get Lost with a chance to finish tied for last place. And we're going to have somebody second equal. Swift is guaranteeing a second equal for himself here. He can't win because he's sitting out the last game. And Jan and Drafinho are against each other. But he will be second equal with whoever loses between Jan and Drafinho. And chance for Lost to finish last equal instead of dead last. Actually a very relevant Game 15. Oh, nice save by Swift. Probably the most relevant Game 15 I can remember in a mix-up 2 setting, where everybody playing has something to play for, and the one person sitting out is the one who doesn't. A great game. I'm going to check very quickly as we get into the last game if we have any duos that have lost all 3 of their matches. I don't know if we have. Okay, it looks like KV1 and Lost are the only duo that lost every time they played. Yeah, they went 0-3. Every other duo actually won at least once together. So this has been a much closer lobby than the NA one yesterday, where it was pretty much, okay, who got Daniel as their teammate, that's probably your winner. Yeah, this one's been more roundabout. There's only one duo who have lost every time they played together. That was KV1 and Lost. And there's only one duo that's won every time they played together. That was Swift and Drafinho. But last game's going to be KV1 with Drafinho against Jan and Lost. Jan and Lost, I think the most famous duo coming out of South America when it comes to 2v2. I think with the form that Jan's been in, the streak that he's put together in the last few games, you've probably got to lean on him as the favorite here. But let's see. Who's it going to be in Game 15, the last game? Oh, I forgot to update the scores, didn't I? I was too busy checking scenarios. Well, early on, KV1 keeps them in it. And there's the updated scores. Will it be another calm game? Will it be another composed game? Will it be a blowout? Will it be one of those classic, everybody taking risks, 10-10 at halftime Brazilian games? So far, we're off to a very volatile start, 50-50 into the ceiling, and Jan breaks the deadlock, 1-0. Would be kind of scripted if Jan is the overall winner. You just have Daniel winning for NA, for the USA. Jan winning for Brazil. I mean, I was boring. I picked him on the way in. He's completely soul-read Drafinho on that play. And look at the setup for the dish off the backboard. He just looks unstoppable. When Jan's on form, he just looks unstoppable. He's a 10 out of 10 in offense, in my opinion. He's got some weaknesses in his game, yes. But offense isn't one of them. And it's some things that you just can't learn in Rocket League, I feel. It's sort of like, you know, football, aka soccer in that regard. You know, there's some things you can train for, and some things you've either got it or you don't. And I feel like Jan, he's maxed out the flair, the creativity, all those intangibles that other players are just never going to have. Oh, what a shot. Oh, Drafinho fires back. And they're on the board as well. Insane speed as he transitions to the ceiling. And this is a chance to make it a tie. Drafinho displays for the demo. Oh, Lost scrambles back just in time. Double save by Lost. Drafinho's hit the post. Jan barely has any boost, but he has enough to challenge. Double save by Lost. You think that, you know, you want continue to stay locked in because he's sitting in last place? Well, you'd be mistaken. This guy fully locked and loaded to try and avoid last place. He wants last equal. Drafinho looking for the boost steal before the attack commences. Lost has survived, and they're going to get a turnover of possession here. Jan down the line, not a lot of boost. In fact, very low boost in that position. Drafinho, back wall, air dribble. He goes extremely high with the first touch. Second touch into the ceiling. Third one over the top of Lost, but Jan was there, and now Jan on the breakaway. quickly down the line. KV1 just manages to stay alive, barely gets away onto the back wall and avoids the demo. The ball's just doing laps around the pitch right now. Continuing to do laps around the pitch. We are only going anti-clockwise. Does anyone want to go clockwise? Okay, never mind. We've just gone straight through the middle of the clock there with KV1's hard clear. And now we're going clockwise. Here we go. Nah, anti-clockwise again. Back to anti-clockwise. It's interesting that the latter half of this mix-up 2 sesh has been by far the more calculated, by far the more cautious games. Rare to see this in South American 2s, but I'm enjoying it all the same. Showing that they've got other modes they can switch to. They're not all going to rush every challenge every single time. Oh, what save lost. Diving back and denying the bottom corner shot. Jan chasing Drafinho into the back corner. He's just stayed alive, and now Jan has the shot. Lost has the bump, and it's 3-1. Well, it's going to be Furia on top at the end of this, regardless which Furia player. Well, it's becoming more clear with every passing second. There's the demo again, and once more, Jan shows his preferred method for avoiding that play. Jump over the demo, pre-flip to block. He's done that every single time, and he's made it work several times. And they knew that it was an option. He didn't dive in close. He didn't make himself an easy target. He stayed back, but not too far back. Just a Goldilocks position there for Jan. He's able to influence the play, but he's not demoable. At least not easily. Lost. Loses control. Drafinho puts it back corner. Something he's been doing all day. And KV1 looks for Drafinho in that same back corner. Drafinho wants to take his time. Jan gives him none of it. Oh, KV1 with a collection infield, though. That was almost an opening for him. And Lost defends the ball, defends the goal, defends the back corner boost. He's just running away with everything here. Oh, if he parked up in front of KV1, that was going to be a fourth. Instead, it's KV1 going the distance. No way. Oh, he gets the ground pinch, but it's into the post. That's a great attempt by KV1. Now Lost is out of boost. KV1 doesn't know that, though. He had to assume that Lost might have 20 or so remaining. Now Drafinho with the reset. Can't get the dunk on Jan. Final few seconds. Drafinho has to watch helplessly as a hard clear goes into the back of his net. It's going to be Jan. And it's going to be Lost tying for last place. No sole possession of the wooden spoon in this match. Oh, hang on. Did I speak too soon? Kickoff goal for Drafinho. Lost quick to apologize for this one. I mean, that's what happens. It's like I said, standard kickoffs in 2s. Extremely volatile. If you go for a dead ball 50, somebody might just score straight away. No way. KV1 actually had an opening. If he put that bottom corner, it was just undefendable. But he has missed. And it's game over. Jan is victorious. He is the best 2s player in Brazil once again. Drafinho made him work ultimately hard for it, but Jan is still the man in South America. A very even final score though. Oh, not 34, sorry. Lost and KV1 tied on 4 apiece. Oh no, I've completely beaten the final scores here. I've given Swift 8. It was Jan on 8. Drafinho and Swift tied on 7. And then Lost and KV1 tied on 4 apiece. Fantastic stuff. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. I don't know. I was going to tell them the scores, but they're probably just going to go to the stream and look. Or somebody will send them a screenshot. Yeah, Jan won. GG's. Thanks to all of them for giving us their time. Another 2-hour-ish mix-up 2s lobby. Now, there was one replay that we were supposed to watch, and I can't remember why. Do you guys remember why we were saving this replay earlier? I don't remember, but I think I timestamped it. There it is. Oh, yeah, the double demo into missed open net. Yeah. Was it like... When did it happen? I think it was Drafinho that missed it, right? I just can't remember when though. We need to. Oh, there it is. Okay, one demo. Oh no. Oh yeah, he just had a super open net and he didn't know. Yeah, so obviously he just tries to shoot this. He just tried to score and he missed. And then he tried to double and he missed again. But yeah, for Swift POV, it just we were on Swift POV and it just looked like such a guaranteed goal because this happened. Demo. We see Jorfinho has a free ball and look where Lost is. I'm thinking, well, that is just the goaliest goal I've ever seen. And Jorfinho just is in front of the ball for some reason. Okay, yeah, he could have scored that. I think they won this game anyway though, so it didn't end up mattering at all. Yeah, they did win the game, but that's quite funny. Yeah, you won the game, Jorfinho. Otherwise, that would have been that would have been a bad moment for that. Yeah, for the attempted run there. GG's.